Hello there guys, and welcome back to our AT tutorial, and today I believe it's going to be the final episode. So we're going to quickly work on putting together some aspects of the head details. We've worked on all of the body in the previous episodes and we're looking pretty good now. It's going to be a case of very soon we're going to be able to put this in position and get it all nice and rendered. So we've got a few things to do here. Now we're going to try and get as much detail on here as possible, but we have fairly limited time to do so. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a start putting some of these details in. We're going to use a quick cylinder here. And we're going to put this in place just for this segment here. So we've got a little kind of circular section. And we'll boost this up again so we don't have to smooth it out. We'll go to Forte and we'll just extrude this, scale this out, sorry. Something like that. Now I think what we'll want to do is we'll want to maybe rotate this. I think what we'll actually want to do is we'll probably want to do this separately. So let's insert an edge loop here, and then we can get these ones deleted, and then we can flip this over afterwards. So we'll bring this in, and it looks like we're probably going to want to rotate this slightly. So if we grab all of the vertices here, then we can rotate this around. Looks pretty good. I think what we want to do is we're going to want to extrude these out just to kind of round it off a little bit. So on the face here, we're going to maybe do this in the world option. I'm going to pull out here, and then we're going to scale down, pull out again, and scale down. Maybe go one more time. Let's get this down. Okay. So I think we probably will end up needing to smooth this. Let's just take that in. And we'll add an edge loop to this most outer side here. Flip that over. Let's just see how that looks. That looks fine. Okay. Next we appear to have, let's have a work on this under section here. So what we'll do is we'll create another box. And what we'll do with this is snap into the center. We'll delete this back face and we'll make the front half, and then we'll flip this over to make the second half after. So let's bring this up here, and hopefully we'll get a good idea of how this looks on the front. So it looks actually fairly basic on these blueprints here. Pull this down like so. We'll take this in. Now, let's just scale this down a little bit. Let's see. So it looks like the guns are tucked directly underneath. We've kind of got this little ventilation section under there, so that's cool. So we will line this up nicely to the front. So it appears that's going to stop just underneath the weapons here. Get to the back there. And then it looks like what we'll want to do is extrude off this back face here. I'm going to extrude off ever so slightly here. And we will grab the vertices here and pull them down to position. We can move these along as well. Okay. Looks good. And then we can grab this face again. Hit Control E and bring this down as far as it needs to go. Something like that. Can get these faces deleted on this side. Okay, so I think what we'll need to do is insert some edge loops here. Maybe go in on this edge and extrude it. Like so. Now we don't need these edges here. Get these snapped into the center. Okay, and now we can continue inserting some edge loops through here. Okay. So we've got kind of a little flap here. So again, let's create another block. And we can bring this up. Down here into position. So it's just going to be a case of using all these different shapes in order to try and build up as much detail as possible. And the more contrast that we can get on this, the better, in terms of contrast of shadows and information inside. Can't really see where this is on the blueprints. Let's just get a position view. Okay, so it looks like it actually carries on along as well. So inside here we will insert an edge loop. It looks like it's probably here. Select that face and we will extrude all the way along. Here. Now it looks like it might have some more information inside, so we can insert an edge loop. Drop one here. And here. could maybe Control E here, pull this out slightly. Okay, I think we'll need to make room for the weapons here, so we'll need to pull this in slightly there. Okay, so far we're looking pretty good. I think with this one we're not going to try and smooth that, it's got a little bit too much to it, so we will have a go at beveling. We'll add 3 segments in there again. You can see that's looking pretty good. Okay, so I think we can work on the weapon at the front, the blasters at the front here. So it looks like we've got a larger kind of, let's see. Okay, I'm going to boost this up to 40, and the thickness also want to reduce. So this could be actually take this to cover the whole section there. We can move that into position just here. So with our edge loops, we're going to drop in some edge loops here for each section of this pipe. And firstly what we want to do is select all the exterior loops here, faces should I say. We'll hit Control E, and we're just going to pull out on the blue arrow here, something like that. Then we're going to select all the faces in here and here, and we're going to do the same, Control E, and we'll pull these out. And then finally I'm just going to pull all the ones on the inside here. I'm going to Control E and I'm going to pull these out even more. Something like that. So we've got a few stages there. Let's get this out a little bit here. It's got a few different stages to the kind of blaster there. And then what we could do is underneath here, try to add a little bit of contrast just under here. Bevel these edges again. We'll go 0.2 and chuck in 4 segments that time. Now what we'll actually do is we'll take all of these bevels and slide it down here. We'll put a pipe, tube, cylinder, we'll get there in the end. Take one of these and we'll drop it up we'll see we've got kind of like a piped section there. Before we do anything with this, let's boost up. No, what we'll do is we'll smooth this, so we'll grab all these front faces here. We'll hit Ctrl E and we'll put quite a lot of different depths into this. So we'll go in slightly. We'll go out. Let's go again. And again. Out here as far as we can get away with, and then we'll go in for the turbine section here. Okay, do something like that, and then what we'll do is we'll quickly create another one, and we'll rotate this 90 degrees, and we're just going to snap this once we scale it down. We'll snap this into the center. We're going to take the caps down to maybe 8, and then we'll bring the size of this right down as well. And then we'll select all the faces on the outside edge, and we'll hit Ctrl E. We're going to turn the keep faces together off, and then we're just going to pull out on each side just like that. And what we'll do with this is we're just going to push it as far in as possible. Like so. Now we'll quickly add in some edge loops. Now before I do, I'm going to just do one more level here. I'm going to hit Ctrl E on this. I'm just going to pull that out. Okay, and now we will add our edge loops. Okay, and now it appears that we are going to want to work on this kind of section up here. Let's see. So we've got this exterior kind of weapon here. We have some kind of areas that come out and then a little bit of an extrusion. So what we'll do is we'll create again another box. And what I'm going to do is delete select it, all of the faces except the top and the right hand face here. So what we'll do with this is going to work its way around the top and around the head here, and it's going to be finished just here. So I'm going to go larger than the head itself, and here. Okay, I think we're going to be fairly considerable here. and we're going to want to insert some edge loops because we are going to want to follow a curve. Let's delete this top face here, and all around we can hit Control E. We'll bring this in. Snap that there to the center. Okay. And we'll need to insert our edge loops here to help maintain shoot in the center a little bit. Okay, so that's looking pretty good to me. Let's grab all of these elements here. Swap all of these other to this side as well. So you can see that's really starting to take some shape. So I believe we only have 2 more things that we really need to do before we start to think about finishing up. Firstly, we've got a few of the little sections at the side here, so we're going to grab a cylinder. I think this will be the best way for this, and rotate that 90 degrees. Now we want this to kind of branch off of these here, so I think we're going to want to take this down. Let's try 12 looks. I think 16 would work. So what we're going to want to do with these is we're going to want to delete all of that, and delete all of that. It's down here. Don't want any of that. I think we've still got some faces down here which I don't need. So we'll scale this down to something like that. And I'm going to draw in the shape that I require here. And delete everything else. All of that, and we'll bring this in, center that pivot there. Now what I'm going to do is try and align the curve here just a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to grab all of the faces here, hit Control E for extrude, turn off keep faces together, and I'm going to pull them out and take them down in size. this looks here. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's see if we can bevel the edges here. Just kind of help maintain there. Three segments. That's not looking too bad. And if you manage to bring this a little bit closer. Okay, so that's all the real detail that I'm going to add. Now the last thing that I'm going to do is add the side gun, so let's have a look. So it looks very similar to what we've already got, so let's see if we can get away with using this again. If we scale it down, but extrude it out, put that around here. What we could also do is we could reuse this element here. We can bring this up. Something like that. Maybe bring that a little bit closer here. And then it just looks like the little shieldy thing kind of goes over the top. So we'll bring this up here. I'm going to make this a little bit larger than it actually appears to be. The reason I'm going to do that is just so it hides a few of the imperfections of the actual model, the actual head section. So if we grab these faces here, I'm going to extrude it in, like so, and delete that extrusion, take away all of that, and take away this, and I think we'll use this and this. So we'll kind of use this here. Let's rotate it around maybe. Looks pretty decent. Bring that up here. Maybe rotate it that way as well. Something like that. See about adding a little bit of curve to it too. Cool. So let's just grab some of our existing little bits here. Let's go for another one of these. We'll use some of these blocks here to add a bit more contrast to the head as well. Okay, let's just get all of this copied across. I think let's just delete this and this. Start from scratch. So we've got all the aspects at the bottom. Take all of this across here. Control D, Control G, -1. Okay, so with the right lighting and from a distance, this is going to look pretty good. It looks like it's going to fill all the requirements of my render. That has been have to do by 5dblog.com. So what I'll do is I'll finish this up here. You saw the renders, what it should look like in part 1 once it's all finished, and you'll be happy to know that next week we are back modeling a brand new car, and that car will be the Koenigsegg 11, as requested by the comment section. So hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully you're hyped for the new Star Wars film coming out. I'm going to ask you to go to www.5d-blog.com, check them out as well. They're the ones who wanted us to work on a project like this, and it's a competition prize for them. Is the actual final render that you can win, custom render of the AT-AT. And like I said, I hope you enjoy, guys. I'm glad you've stayed with me this far if you are still listening, and I will see you in the next one.